Okay, welcome everyone. Number one, thank you so much for taking the time. We want to make sure every minute spent with us is time well worth it, right? We want to make sure you walk away with nuggets, take notes, use your notes app, whatever works for you. Okay, bang for the buck. That's what today is all about. You're going to hear some great tips, pointers, sales strategies, technology info, some of the latest and greatest from our website, which we completely revamped from A to Z. So again, just sit back, relax. We have that Q&A box, the question panel. You can expand that or minimize it. But as we are presenting today, please jump in. We want to hear from every one of you. Questions, comments, good, bad, and different. And if we need to get back to you after the webinar, we will get back to you today. Or if it's a question we can answer right away, we will do that in real-time fashion. But please make sure all of these webinars are based on your feedback. So please, please, please chip in, and we would so appreciate that. Okay, so today is all about the Expo recap, right? We broke it down into a part one and part two. Legally, we weren't allowed to record the Expo because of carriers' compliance, and they basically said to us that we cannot record certain company presentations. So we decided, right, based on your feedback, that we were going to have this Expo recap webinar and share all of the latest and greatest with you from our 14 core carriers that were at the Expo presenting. So part one, as you know, is over. But what we're going to do, if you missed part one, we're going to send out a thank you email to all participants, and we will include both part one and part two video links so you can go back and view at any time. And, I just want to say real fast, and, I hate to sound cliche, but it's so important, and it means so much to me, my family, our employees, which is our extended family, to our agents. The feedback, right? The participation from you all, the attendance, right, for this year's Expo was breathtaking. What we have never seen anything like this in our 51 years that we've been around. It was just unbelievable, and we personally want to thank even if you were there or not, you all made this possible for us. So most important, I just wanted to take a second and thank all of you, right? If you've never written an app with us yet, or you're one of our top MDRT producers, doesn't make a difference, right? The point is you're on board, you're here, you're listening either now or over the weekend. Doesn't make a difference. You are partnered with us. You believe in us. We believe in you. And there's nothing better than that. That creates a win-win, in my opinion. So just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you to every single one of you. Okay, what I want to do before we jump into all of the bullets, all of the nuggets, I want Kerry, my father, to say a few words. He's on with us right now. Kerry, do you want to jump in?
Absolutely. And Bill, thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. Bill, you could not have said it any better than myself. I am absolutely thrilled with the feedback. It's been amazing. The attendance, everything about the Expo has been above and beyond. What still just blows me away is when we had over 200 people already seated, we were setting up additional tables for the people that were waiting in the back that came in once we started. So I believe we had over 250 agents ultimately who came in and joined us for the day. So it was, in fact, incredible. For those of you who did take the time, who did fly in and drive in from all parts of the country, we thank you so very much. Our carriers, our sponsors, everyone was absolutely blown away by this year's Expo. And we've already gotten several carriers that contacted us and said, count us in for next year. We don't want to take a chance of being left out. So that, to me, is the biggest tribute, to a group that puts on an event like this, is the people that did the presenting are making a commitment to come back year after year. So it was incredible. And again, as Bill said, we absolutely owe it all to you, our family. Just it was incredible. Again, the feedback is amazing. I continue to get phone calls, texts, emails. It's just, Carrie, I never saw anything like this. It helped my career so much. That's what this is all about. It's helping you elevate your career to the next level. It's helping you to make more sales, make more money, and help more clients. It's win-win-win across the board. So with that, Bill, I can go on for hours. I'm so, enthusiastic about what just occurred a couple of weeks ago, but I will turn it back to you and say we've got a lot to cover. Let's get started. Thank you all again.
Okay, good stuff, Carrie. Thank you for that. So we're going to get everyone out of here right before 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to have a question of the day. So please make sure you're paying attention because the answer is in these slides that you're about to see. So whoever answers first and correctly wins Apple AirPods and an Amazon gift card. Plus the new, I think I have two left. Yep, the new IUL prospecting book. And speaking of IUL prospecting book, we have a new AG49 Stonewood sales software webinar coming up. So lots and lots of changes with IUL. We're going to dive in on that webinar. In fact, in the next 3 weeks, we're going to share more information at the end of today's presentation, but some great stuff to come. Okay, let's jump right in here. First of all, again, we would never be here without all of you. I know I said it like 4 times already, but it's so true. And we all know that. We all appreciate that. And these testimonials that came in post-Expo are mind-blowing. And by the way, that IUL prospecting book, obviously we're going to order more. We order by the case. If you go on our Facebook page, go on our Google reviews page, right? Say a few words, leave a comment, testimonial, doesn't matter. We send you the new IUL prospecting book on us, okay? As long as you're active with us. So everybody's a winner today, right? Very easy. Okay, so real fast, this quick testimonial right here, bottom left corner, Levinson and Associates has been the best. They have been there for me every step of the way to ensure my success. They provided me top-of-the-line tools to service all of my accounts. I could not be happier. If you're looking for the best IMO, you found it, Bryce. That means so much to us, okay? And I think, you hear about these other competitors out there, and I'm not going to beat this to death, but real fast, they're out there promoting, let's face it, the same carriers, the same products. We have the best commissions. And as soon as you kind of look under the covers, typically there's no value add. There's no tools. There's no sales platforms, right? There's nothing to help you get your foot in the door. It's basically a contract and an 800 number. And then you hear about the crazy stories with MLM, right? With these multi-level marketing groups and your 22 layers under the GA, and they want you to bring in your whole family to start selling or buying life insurance from you. And then when you need a release, you have to hire an attorney because you have to literally file a lawsuit, okay? It's a nightmare. So when I hear stuff like this, right, and we are here and we huddle up, we have 24 employees, and we huddle up weekly and say, what can we do? How can we help our agents, right, get their foot in the door, share their story more? And because of that question, we came up with this entire iGenius platform, right, which is made up of 3 different playbooks, which we're going to include in the thank you email. But the point is, you need to be leveraging this stuff. Leverage our relationships, okay? Leverage our sheer volume, right? Think about the neighborhood Circle K grocery store versus Costco, right? Costco, you get a huge discount based on volume. You're buying huge numbers of Kleenex and laundry detergent and whatever else it is, right? Versus buying 1 or 2. So that's how you need to look at Levinson and our 22,000 plus agents. So Leverage what we have to offer you, and that's what Bryce did. So on the left-hand side, real fast, we have the left and right. On the right-hand slide, dear Bill and Carrie, I want to thank you for your hospitality. What a great company. What a great family. As one who has developed many national sales forces over my career, I can see your genuine care for each agent is the cornerstone of your magnificence. Well, that's what it's all about. And it's not fluff, and it's not just me ranting on here. We care. And when you care about the agent, and you as an agent care about your client, and you do the right thing, the money comes. You don't have to be so focused and worried about every penny. Do the right thing, make more sales, build more relationships, right? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. And then everything will come. Okay, it might take a little longer. You got to be patient, but it will come. And that's the point here. So, love to see that right hand side. I'm not going to talk about every word here, but the Levinson team annual meeting was huge. Wow. It was organized extremely well, exciting, informative, most friendly, and a terrific experience for all who attended. Okay, so that is the general consensus from every person that was there. Okay, I'm not going to talk about this for an hour. This is a snapshot, but again, best expo to date, and it's only getting bigger. It literally, the next working day was Monday after the Friday of the expo. We already huddled up and said, okay, what can we do next year to make this bigger and better? So that's our philosophy here at Levinson. If you know us for a while, you know that the proof is in the pudding. Let's keep moving along. Okay, real fast, because I don't want to run late today. I want to talk about technology for a second. A lot of you don't know we were the first IMO to roll out an electronic application with a company called Applify almost 10 years ago. And then it's funny because iPipeline bought Applify. So now they're all one. And then they roll out DocFast, which is electronic policy delivery. So again, Levinson and Associates, another first IMO to roll out a pilot group, a pilot phase for electronic policy delivery. Okay, so that's two major platforms in our business. Okay, especially when you talk about COVID, right? And then all of a sudden, all these agents said, you know what, I need e-app and I need e-policy delivery, and tell me about Zoom, right? So this is a big deal. And here's what's a huge deal. This just came out a couple days ago. So iPipeline, right? We all know they're the largest tech vendor in our space. They chose us, one IMO. They picked us to do a case study. Okay, and you're going to see this on their website, agent forums, as a press release, a national press release, and they're featuring Levinson and Associates. So what this talks about is the old traditional snail mail, physical 29-page policy if you're lucky, okay, versus how fast electronic policy delivery is, right? What the difference is in cycle time. How much money does this save? Overall, it's a huge time saver, huge plus. And again, not to toot our own horn, but when you think about Levinson and you think about iPipeline, okay, this is big, right? And you are part of this. And again, we would never be here without you. So I'm very proud of our team and proud of our agent base because this stuff is huge. Let's keep moving along. So the Levinson website just rolled out, right? Actually, a few days after the expo. And we're getting great feedback. And what's so neat about the new website, okay, not only is it user friendly, but now we have a search bar. So you can literally go in, right? How many times did you hear, Bill, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. There's so many pages. I don't know where to begin and blah, blah, blah. Now you go in, type in AG49, type in IUL, consumer marketing, type in life settlements. In the search bar, everything drops down in front of you related to that search. Very, very easy, simple to use. The scorecard, priceless, okay, top right corner, that gives you the 100-foot snapshot of all of your business here at Levinson Life and Annuity side, okay? And if you have any downline agents, same thing goes. So you can see what their production is to say, hey, Johnny, Shirley, just want to make sure, I haven't seen an app in a few weeks. And is there anything I can do to help you? Or so you know what kind of bonus you're getting at the end of the month. Everything's in front of you. Servicing. Talk about, annual reviews, right? Conversions. Everything is here at your fingertips. So you got to be scrappy, you got to be creative, but this is the tool that's going to help you do all of that. Okay? And again, none of this, in fact, all of this is 100% complimentary, including the updated mobile app, which is in the bottom screen there. There's 3 images. So you're going to love the tech. And by the way, even on the mobile app and Android powered, Apple powered, no problem. You can sign up a client, run the quote, get an underwriting assessment, do everything from A to Z right from your smartphone, just like as if you were in front of your desktop computer. Okay, let's keep moving forward. So the first time ever we did an agent panel at this year's expo. First off, I want to thank these agents, these top agents from around the country. They all bring a little something different to the table. Okay, me and Carrie handpicked each person to come to the expo, okay, to sit on the panel and discuss their business model, right? And then let the agents ask these we call them lead agents, questions about their business model. So what we did here, obviously, we don't have time to dive into each presentation, but we shared some bullets from each person. So I'll start real fast with Robert. So top left corner. And by the way, Robert is also available for mentoring and coaching. He is more of a BGA, if you want to call him that. So he recruits, services agents, and his whole thing is technology, right? Leveraging the CRM tool, Agency Automator. He has our entire iGenius playbook down to a science. So he uses all of these tools, the lead programs, right? He uses them as his secret sauce, buys lists and lists of appointed agents throughout the country, and calls, emails, and texts them through Ringy. Okay? Very simple. But guess what? When you put in the time, you keep your foot on the gas, little by little, it happens over time. And he barely sells on a retail level. So that's huge. Okay, a little different spin. Natalie, and by the way, Natalie was on my podcast. So I sat down with her for an hour, interviewed her. In fact, Andrew, if we can include Natalie's podcast episode in the thank you email, as well as Ian's, I think that would be great, and Mike's actually. So 3 of the elite agents I sat down and did these interviews with. So let's include those in that thank you email so everyone can listen, especially over the weekend when you're walking around the block doing yoga, whatever it is. The point here was to get a little different perspective, right, from agents all over the country. So what's interesting with Natalie is her main focus is she works with P&C agencies. She focuses on health insurance, right? And she goes back into cross-sell using life insurance and annuities, okay? Opens the door, builds relationships with the P&C and C and the health, and then boom, brings up the life and annuities, okay? And what's so amazing about Natalie, and I'll say this, in fact, I think she's on right now. I see her name. What's so amazing is I remember years ago, right? She wasn't that comfortable with like Ringy and the CRM tools and social media marketing through Facebook. And today she's off to the races and she's doing the best she's ever done. So Natalie, I love to see that. Okay, and it's great to see the success over the years by leveraging our platforms. And I keep saying that, but it's so true. Ian, bottom left corner. Now, Ian's been on a couple podcasts, webinars, and here's what I'm going to add here. Ian is based out of California, okay? 90% of his business is sold over the phone, virtual. And you're saying, well, Bill, that's not a big deal, right? Post-COVID, okay? This was before COVID, years before COVID. So Ian is huge, okay, with CRM tool using Ringy with our Facebook leads, okay. And again, he's been doing this for years and years now, proving himself every single year, building these relationships, not face to face, over the phone and virtual through Zoom calls, okay. He loves it. Great guy. And you talk about doing everything right, the right way, right, for the right reason, and helping these clients, that comes first. That is Ian, like 100% nailed. Ian, everything he does comes from the heart. And that says a lot, right? He's not so focused on the commission and the renewal, which, yeah, you need, of course, that pays the bills, but the client comes first, and he'll tell you that. So, again, love that. In fact, our Facebook leads came as a result from Ian. So, another kudos there. Top right corner. So, this is Paresh. And what I love about Paresh is he is huge. He in fact, he's based out of northern Florida, sells a ton of IUL and annuities. He focuses on the younger professionals, retirement planning, loves that concept, lots of 1035s. And he is very involved in his local church, right? I believe he's part of his committee in the HOA, but building relationships, foreign nationals, okay, another big deal with Paresh. His go-to is Allianz, loves Lincoln for foreign nationals. Great, great guy. And ready for this? Built his own CRM tool. Okay. He's also a techie. That was his background before coming into insurance. So another great spin. Mike on the bottom right corner, like I said, was on our podcast. Mike writes a ton of cases. And here's what he preaches. Okay. Team up with CPAs, team up with P&C agencies, health agencies. Be their life guy or girl, okay? And he's done this very successfully over the years. In fact, his partner is a CPA, and they drive a ton of business from that side. And another thing he talks about, and this is big, disability. He says, and he talks about this at the expo, he says so many agents, they're not focused on DI, and you don't realize that, yeah, the first year comp is basically half of like a 20-year term, but the renewals are huge. And this could be an annuity stream for you for retirement purpose, right? Building your own annuity just based off DI sales. And it's almost like an untapped part of our industry because most agents are not talking about DI. So that was big for him as well. He also focuses on a lot of estate planning cases. Okay. And you got to listen to this episode that we did. It's awesome. And here's the coolest thing about all five speakers on the panel. They all spoke about Ringy, number one, right? And are using Ringy. And number two, a close second, the Facebook leads. So I thought that was big. And if you were at the expo, I'm sure you remember this. But that to me just tells me that we're doing something right. These tools, these platforms, all of this money we spend every month, right, on the scholarship program to help you with Ringy, the training, the discounted pricing, which we're going to talk about in a few more minutes. But we're on the right track because our agents are using these tools to make more sales. So anyway, I love to hear it. And it's, again, proof in the pudding. We're on the right track, and that's helping our agents. Let's keep moving forward. So Ringy was there. As you know, the CEO is actually a personal friend of mine. And what he did, and I had no idea. In fact, he said, Bill, I have a surprise for you. And I was like, well, what is it? I thought it was like an Apple iPad, an Apple MacBook, whatever, right? They're techies. And what he did is he announced the surprise on stage live and said, Bill, your agents only. You ready for this? And I hope you write this down. Your agents only, $49 a month. That's about 55% off the street retail price for Ringy. Okay? Huge. $49.99 for the first 6 months. That gets your foot in the door. And I know once you start using Ringy, you're going to be off to the races. You got to leverage this relationship. It's huge. And by the way, even if you say, you know what, 78 years old, 46 years, whatever it is, okay, I'm not that comfortable with technology. They have a 2-week free trial that I negotiated with Bradley, the CEO. So try it out. You got to take a test run. Okay, we can set that up for you. Beth in our office, who runs Insure Me Now Direct, also handles Ringy. Call anytime. We'll get you up to speed. But just Think about this for a second, okay? And I know I talk about it all the time, but I'm a big believer in this platform. You as an agent, right? You have this bucket of all these prospects, and then you have your smaller bucket of friends, neighbors, right? Family. Okay. Well, how do you keep the message out to everyone all of the time and hit them from every angle that they want to be communicated by, right? And with, I should say. And if it's email, you're going to hit them. If it's SMS text, you're going to hit them from that side. If it's a phone call, you're going to hit them from that side. The point is, you're going to hit all three buckets from every single which way, and they're all going to know at the end of the day that you, Billy Levinson, are the rock star life insurance agent that also handles life, DI, CI, okay, annuities, life settlements, because you're going to hit them with different campaigns. And then about 20 to 30% of those buckets, there's going to be a time that when they hit the reply button, schedule a call on the shared calendar. I want to talk more Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's a new appointment. That's a new lead for free that was sitting in your bucket that still would have been sitting in your bucket collecting dust, by the way, if you didn't have a tool like Ringy or a human being calling everyone in that bucket. Okay, that's the way you need to look at this. Okay, and it's not expensive. This takes the place of, let's say, a admin assistant, okay, a niece, nephew, whatever, grandchild, calling every single person. Okay, it's still not effective because with Ring, you're hitting them from all three sides. I can't push this enough. Okay, we don't make a penny. Okay, and Bradley spoke about that. He said, Bill, you're the only IMO partner that doesn't want a kickback. And that's part of the reason why he gave our agents that $50 deal, which is unheard of. No one else has that. And the words were out of his mouth. Okay. All right, let's keep moving along. This was another huge point on the panel was our Facebook leads, our social media leads. These are hands down the best around. Okay. And I'm not saying that lightly. There is not a perfect lead program in this country, in this industry. Does not exist, period. We all know that. We can agree on that. Okay. I hope so, at least, because I haven't seen one in 23 years. Carrie, 51 years, doesn't exist. Now, is there a good program? Absolutely. Are there a lot of BS programs? Absolutely. Okay, unfortunately, we went down that road a few times and we have to learn our lesson. Okay, and we have to make sure we do our due diligence. So, what I'm going to say real fast is these Facebook leads, best that I have seen. Okay, they're $1 million, no exam life leads. You can get them local. Okay, if you want to drive and meet the consumers at Starbucks, no problem. Okay, within 50 miles, you're going to pay a little bit more for the local leads. Okay, it's $40 versus if you're willing to go statewide, $30 per lead, minimum order of 10. So I recommend going statewide, but I'm telling you right now, you got to try out a few batches. These leads work. And you don't have to, again, don't take my word as the IMO, right? Our agent panel said it live. Okay, very clear. Most of them are using these leads with Ringy. And by the way, this integrates into Ringy. So what that means, you buy a batch of leads on a Saturday. Guess what? By Monday morning, you get to the office from your vacation in the Bahamas. Every single one of those leads already received a text and email saying, hey, Shirley, well, I'm Bill Levinson, the local life insurance agent. I see you're interested in a quote, in a policy. I'm going to call you Monday at 11:30 a.m. It's going to tee up the appointment for you before you even get in the office. Okay, these are the things you can do with Ringy and these leads. So, and again, same thing. We don't negotiate a dollar for us. With every lead sale, we make zero. The discount is passed on to the Levinson agents, just like Costco versus the local Circle K. Okay, that's how you got to think of this, and that's big. It's a big deal because you get to leverage 22,000 agents' buying power versus 4 or 7, whatever it is. Let's keep moving along. Love this slide. Beth actually put this together, and tells the story, right? So Insure Me Now Direct, think Amazon. In fact, everyone buys on Amazon now. I feel like it became like the new neighborhood grocery store, the new shoe store, the new everything store. I was on it this morning. Needed dog food, right? Needed a protein powder. Okay. This is Amazon for insurance. Amazon for insurance products for your consumers. It's the only platform today. Okay. Let's go down the right hand side, the check marks there. It's the only platform today, multi carrier, multi product. It's free. You get full commissions. You're the agent of record, plus renewals on most of these products. Okay, that's a big deal. And by the way, don't be fooled. We're seeing a lot of IMOs, even carriers, coming out with similar platforms where they want to pay you a referral fee. Okay, and they kind of make pretend that it's still your clients. Well, guess what? When that company calls your client 6 months later and cross sells them with another product, and you didn't know about it and you didn't make a commission, okay, then you're going to remember this slide that we spoke about today. Very important stuff here, okay? Let's keep moving along. Customizable website with your logo. Now, the coolest thing, number one, we just came out with 4 new products: disability, critical illness, guaranteed issue accident, term life to $1 million, instant decision by A-rated assurity, and every consumer gets a free scholarship. That's all launched on Insure Me Now Direct right now today. Okay, you can literally try it out as soon as we hang up this call. And guess who is in the batting cage and up next? Banner Life, the largest term insurance carrier in the world, is officially being added to Insure Me Now Direct. Okay, do you think that's a big deal? Household name? Okay, can you market this? Can you drive traffic? Can you work with an association, a small business, right? The local church or temple? Okay, we can co brand the site just for that group, right? And then you say, well, what's the value add? Free scholarship. Every single person that buys, self enroll, free scholarship from your Amazon website, so to speak. Okay, this is a game changer. Okay, 10 years ago, we came out with this. Today, think about this: over 5 carriers, over 25 products. It's huge. We just added Ironclad, which is the new legacy armor. That's that online like safe deposit box. This is cool stuff. It's unbelievable, but you got to get your arms around it. Okay, let's keep moving along. Speaking of free scholarship, the first carrier that came on board with Sage with our scholarship program, Kansas City Life. Okay, great company. Some of you I know have heard of them, some maybe not. They've been around over 100 years. It's over 100 years old and still privately held. Okay, now they have some great niche products. They have agent benefits. We have a fantastic relationship. Customer service, old school. You can still pick up the phone and talk to your underwriter on the case, our VP, Robert. Okay? Companies don't do that anymore. And then you say, well, Bill, that's all great and dandy. Do they have competitive products? Guess what? They do. They have the most competitive return of premium term product in the industry, bar none, okay, with a triple play option. Nobody has anything like this. So again, cashback term, left-hand side, it's basically ROP term on a whole life chassis, okay, full conversion, no exam to $1 million, comes with a 1 year up to $40,000 scholarship, okay, streamlined quoting and e-app platform, everything at your fingertips. On the right-hand side, this is a term product up to age 80 or 85. Okay, no one has anything like this. And again, if the consumer wants to extend it out, no problem. Why? Because it's on a whole life chassis. Okay, lots and lots of bells and whistles here. And this is so niche. There's no one else in the industry, okay, and I'm saying it on record, that has anything like this. KCL, great, great, great option. Okay, let's keep moving along. One of our largest companies premium-wise, Pacific Life, the big whale. Okay, excellent, excellent ratings, excellent term in GUL. Now, what I want to speak about quickly is their smooth sailing program, right? Their streamlined underwriting. This is a big, big deal, and I want to talk about this for a minute. Up to $3 million up to age 60, standard or better. Drop ticket is 123. Now, if there's no red flags, these cases are issued, approved within the week, typically 2 to 3 days, but within the week. Okay, to 3 million, those are huge numbers here. The modified version. So let's say you have someone 60 to 70, they'll go to 2 million on term or GUL. Okay, these are big numbers, same process. I mean, you talk about a carrier, an A+ company like Pac Life, okay, where you can get non-med underwriting, true non-med underwriting, not we're going to pick every 10th case, okay? When you talk about smooth sailing like this, and proof is in the pudding because we've witnessed this, they're one of our largest carriers, no brainer. You definitely need to have Pac in your toolbox. When it comes to conversion UL, okay, they made some updates, changes. We'll include all the brochures in today's thank you email. The laddering program as well. Very interesting term laddering program where, let's say, for younger professionals, right, coverage drops off, let's say, with 3 different options here. So another good sales idea. Okay, let's keep moving forward. Andrew's going to take over now. We're going to start with Sagicor Life, and then RJ will come on, and then I'll close up and do our giveaway at the end, right at 4 p.m. Eastern. Andrew?
Yep. Thanks so much, Bill. Appreciate that. I want to dive right into Sagicor Life. They have a really unique product that not a lot of agents or agencies know about because you don't see the commercials for Sagicor like you do for Pacific Life. They're not on the Super Bowl ads, right? But Sagicor has a really unique product called WealthCare, which is a single premium indexed universal life policy. And this is unique because it has some features that no other carrier has. First off, it has full liquidity. So if somebody puts money into it, that money is liquid from day one. So if they cancel or they come into an emergency situation, that client could walk away. So you're giving them a reason why shouldn't they do this, right? What would be the downside to working with you if they can walk away with all their money at any time, right? Number two, non-med underwriting up to age 85, and they offer living benefits for chronic illness built into the contract. So you're giving somebody access to a fully liquid life policy with indexing, so upside for growth, plus they have the living benefits and non-medical, so they don't have to go get an exam or do any extensive medical underwriting. So this is a sales strategy that Sagicor brought up at the expo to kind of reallocate funds in using this product. So I'm going to dive right into this. So here is some goals like that your client may be thinking about. Like let's say you're talking to a client, they have a parent, they have money, they're not sure what to do with, they want to leave a legacy, they want guarantees, they want access to funds. These are some of like these talking point questions. Like if they have goals, you can assign those goals to a product like this WealthCare product, right? It kind of checks all the boxes. So if you use these open-ended questions to find out what your client's looking for, you may find yourself in a situation where this product makes the most sense, right? So here's a quick case study on this, right? So you had a 72-year-old widow. She had a inherited 500,000 IRA. There's, tax bracket. So I'm not going to go through this whole thing. I want you to just quickly look over this case study. But basically what they did is they took a portion of this and they put it into a WealthCare product. So you can see like a quick screenshot example here of what the death benefit would be after they put $100,000 in. And this is a great legacy play, right? Again, you're almost doubling your money with upside growth. You have fully liquid. You have long-term care. Now her son doesn't have to take care of her if there's a long-term care event. You have qualified care that you can use. So anyway, this is a really unique product. It serves a very niche, unique specific audience, but really great for that money that's just sitting there not doing anything, just sitting in a savings account, right? So just think of Sagicor in that case. And this is a SAGE scholarship approved carrier as well. So just keep that in mind. Okay, moving on into Ameritas. So Ameritas joined us at the expo as well, and they had two unique concepts. Number one is the premium deposit account. Not many IUL carriers nowadays have a premium deposit account. I can count them on one hand. They have one of the best premium deposit accounts in the industry. And essentially, if you don't know what this basically allows you to take a lump sum of cash from your client. Let's say they want to write you a check for $100,000. Well, we know that if you do that and you put that into an IUL, it's going to mech the contract. It's going to create a modified endowment contract, which means that everything's going to be taxable. And that defeats the purpose of buying an IUL. So what you do is you you have the client go into a premium deposit fund where you can take that $100,000, write a check, put it in there, and it will automatically distribute that money into the IUL in the shortest pay period possible without causing a MEC. In addition to that, you will earn interest on the money that's in the premium deposit account. Most carriers, I believe theirs is around 3%. We'll get the materials over to you. But if you're just earning 3% on that 100,000, you're not getting that in the bank. You know what I mean? So the client could take that money, put it with the carrier, let the carrier distribute the money. You're going to earn more interest over time, and you're going to distribute the policy, get it into the policy faster, creating better long-term return on the IUL, right? So definitely, use that strategy. We can run you an illustration here if you need it. Second is they have a lifetime income benefit. So this is a big deal, right? You talk to your clients, and why do they buy IUL in the first place? Well, they buy it because they want income in the future. But what they don't want is they don't want to run out of money, right? That's a lot. Most people will tell you their major concern is, do I have enough in retirement? Am I going to outlive that retirement? So this rider is built into the policy. You don't have to pay for it. It's included in every emeritus IUL, and you can trigger it after the ages of 50, right? You see there, minimum AV 5,000 policy has to be enforced 10 years, but you can lock in income after you elect this benefit. So if whatever the income is generated at that time, you can lock in that income for the rest of your life. So of course it has to accumulate for some time, but this is a really great feature for people who want to solidify an income for retirement in the future. And you'll see on the right-hand side, there are three options. You could keep it level, you can increase the benefit by 3% each year, or you can do a potential increase where it looks at the S&P performance. If it goes down, you get no credit. If it goes up, you get that percentage listed there at 4%. So great concept using IUL, just taking it a step further with that strategy. Okay, next up is Columbus Life. So Columbus Life has another really unique product called a survivorship IUL. So this is where you have two insureds on one policy, right? And yes, this is a second to die, which means that their death benefit is not paid on the first death, it's paid on the second death. Not many IUL companies have a survivorship IUL. They're one of very few that I know of, and this is one of the most competitive ones I've ever seen. As far as growth and features and the rest. So we're going to go over this real quick. So here's a case study of you have two individuals who are purchasing a IUL. You have a husband and wife, and the goal is they want to use it for LIRP, life insurance retirement planning, right? So they're using it for income, but they're late to the party, which means they're now starting it when they're 50, not when they're 30. So they have to fund it with more money now, quicker, right? So we're doing $20,000 a year for 15 years. Right? Now, in the next slide here, you'll see if they do it individually, let me go back. If they do it individually, you'll notice, okay, the income's pretty good, right? You have a 55 male standard. He puts in a total of 300,000 initial debt. So you could see he makes 36,000. With the female, she would make 39,000 a year. But if you do it together with the survivorship product, you get 42,888. That's a big difference if you look here. So if the goal is income and you have two people who want to contribute a total of 20,000, instead of doing two individual policies or picking which adult spouse you're going to put this on, do the survivorship product. It makes a whole lot of sense. Not only that, you can put an uninsurable applicant on here. So let's say you have a husband and a wife, but the husband's not insurable. He just had a stroke last month. The wife's in great health. You could do both together, and that they will take this case as long as one of the two people are insurable. So that is a great niche product for income generation, LIRP strategy for a couple in this situation, right? So great stuff from Columbus. They also have living benefits. They have a table shave on their individual products, really unique product line, and they're also SAGE Scholarship approved. Okay, and with that, I'm going to get it over to RJ. He's going to go over National Life Group, which has one of the best IULs benefits I've ever seen. RJ?
Yeah, great, Andrew. Thank you. So jumping right into National Life, obviously National Life is a life insurance carrier that is not only known for their accumulation-focused IUL, but for those clients that might appreciate the benefits aspect of that policy. So maybe that IUL client that's looking for a little bit more balance, not just driving accumulation, but can appreciate some of the other ancillary benefits that life insurance can provide. They came to the expo with a unique perspective on middle-aged clients, and those are dual caregivers and addressing those urgent needs. So, as you can see by the statistics here, 54% of the people in their 40s have at least one parent living. 69% are paying for caregiving costs, and 40% are contributing less to savings. So, a great way to maybe supplement some of those costs so that they're not further dipping into savings or dipping into those costs are for an IUL chassis. Obviously, National Life Group is known for the living benefits to riders that are, or multiple riders rather, that are included standard with all of their policies on the IUL chassis. It is the lifetime income living benefit rider. And of course, National Life is always known for their living benefit accessibility. They carry all three chronic, critical, and terminal illness riders standard on all of their products and are known for some of the best accessibility for those benefits. Couple new riders that National Life Group has the fortitude to add this year is the Alzheimer's disease rider and also the fertility journey rider. Also, National Life Group is a highly reputable foreign national friendly carrier. So if you have any questions about, different types of national status or resident status, you can always ask anybody on the Levinson team, and they'll be happy to help you whether and who those would be considered with. I'm a big proponent of this next concept, and this is One America came to the expo with their hybrid long-term care policy. As we've seen throughout the industry over the especially last 5-10 years, a lot of carriers have otherwise sunset their traditional long-term care policies, and that's because a lot of times of the caveats associated with those policies. We know they're cheaper. We know that if the client needs to make claim, they can meet the need, but those policies are, as they say here, use it or lose it policies. So if the client never reaches the point of claim, there's no benefit associated with that policy. Also, one thing that they don't mention here is that those annual premiums typically aren't fixed with traditional long-term care. Typically those policies are subject to rate increases. So how does One America challenge that? They offer a asset-based life and annuity hybrid LTC product. Income for LTC. So where are your clients looking to dip into if they need long-term care coverage? Of course, those are typically qualified funds, non-qualified funds, cash or savings accounts, and then otherwise the alternative option is insurance. As far as the income for LTC, you can see the cost effectiveness of insurance. Of course, that's because you're leveraging your health as compared to some of these other, especially the qualified assets and non-qualified in cash. And with that, I will kick it back to, one more here. A couple additional concepts that come with the One America are the options for continuation of benefits rider. Every policy includes a base policy that can be funded in several different ways. And then they also offer their continuation of benefits riders on all of their chassis, which are either a limited LTC additional benefit, you can choose between 3, 5, 10 years, or a lifetime unlimited long-term care benefit for a longer-term care solution. And with that, I will kick it back to Bill.
Okay, thank you for that, RJ. And by the way, just so everyone is aware, and I mentioned this earlier, but we now have 24 employees. RJ's part of the marketing team, but between the life and annuity side, we have hundreds and hundreds of years of in home office experience and brokerage experience. So if you've never written an annuity, in fact, Andrew, if we can mute those lines, that would be great. If you've never written an annuity, okay, or a hybrid like One America, for example, okay, or maybe you're still looking for a standalone LTC, or you need help with a large estate planning case, right? Maybe we need to bring in Mary Reed. My point is, leverage our resources. Okay, if it's a $20 a month term case, okay, no problem. If it's $20,000 a month, right, and maybe we're looking at a 1035 exchange or wealth transfer, or maybe it's a key man, buy, sell, whatever it is, we're here to help you. Okay, and between all of us, we want to make sure that you're comfortable calling in, emailing in, that we're here for you. We get back to you the same day or faster, okay? It better be within an hour or two tops. But customer service must be number one, and you all have to feel comfortable with all of our concepts and products and carriers. It's very, very important to us. So, and with that said, we try to be as close to perfect as possible, okay? But unfortunately, sometimes a case, might get declined that should have been approved, or maybe it should have been preferred best and it came in standard plus, and the company did drop the ball. Reach out, okay? Call me or Carrie if there's a problem, something wasn't handled properly. Me and Carrie are here for you, sometimes till 7, 8 p.m. at night. You can email us anytime, okay? And we will go to bat for you. In fact, that's Carrie's main role here every single day. Okay, very important stuff, and we don't just say it. It's not just words. If you've known us for a while, you know that we stand behind that promise. Okay, with that said, upcoming training events. So it's very important, right? There's a lot of updates and changes going on right now. Here we are, almost summer of 23, which time is flying. You have to be in the loop. So very simply put, jump on our weekly webinars. So every single Tuesday to Thursday, we have our agency automator live trainings with Kevin, our programmer. Okay, and just under that in the blue section, every week we pick a different concept, carrier, maybe new product that rolled out. We'll bring a VP on, maybe an influencer, whatever it is. Okay, we have Joe Ross from AIG. He's a beast when it comes to IUL sales. But make sure you always keep your eye on the blue section. That's what's coming up for the next few weeks. Real fast, SureBridge, part of our Insure Me Now Direct platform. We're launching a new product, and then we're doing a 100-foot overview on all products. And then just below that, we have the Stonewood IUL presentation software system, the only carrier-compliant, consumer-friendly software program that exists today. Okay, we're going to talk to Neil and Tyler about the new AG49 updates and how the presentation software has changed because of that. Okay, in fact, it's gotten even better with some of the new updates. So on the 18th, make sure you're on that call. And then just under that, one of our agencies, the Hill Financial Group, he's going to be featured on the Bill Levinson Experience podcast. So that's coming up this month as well. I'm going to interview him for an hour. I'm going to put my agent hat on, ask him what works, what doesn't, what are they using, how do they handle their agents, basically everything you need to know as an agent, in the trenches, maybe from, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, or Key West. It doesn't make a difference. You have to learn, you have to gain these nuggets so you'll go out and try new things and get scrappy, right? Knowing, Jeff just did it, Natalie just did it, and so can I, okay? We're both working out of our 3rd bedroom home, whatever it is, you have to be able to relate and then put your foot on the gas. Let's move forward to our last slide here. So Positive Tuesday quote, and by the way, I always say, you don't have to sit here and listen to what we say. Watch what we do, right? And you should be doing the same thing. We're doing it for our agents. You do it for your consumers, okay? It's not rocket science. This is our quote. And by the way, this Positive Tuesday means nothing. It's just a way for us to brand and keep our name out there. So this was Tuesday's think of the worst thing that has happened to you and turn that into the most powerful fuel that drives you every day, and go out and be unstoppable, right? It's not easy. You're going to have those days where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to make it through this day. Is this worth it? Am I in the wrong career? Do I need to think about another job? I'm not making any money. Or, hey, maybe I'm crushing it. And, I just landed a big case. I want to go to Cancun for a month. Okay. No. Stay in the grind. Keep your foot on the gas. Day in and day out. Find out a good podcast, a good book. We had Tim Grover's Relentless. Okay. That was our book for the expo we gave out. By the way, I have more copies here. Okay. Leave some comments, reviews. I'll send you one for free. The point is, do whatever it takes to keep that right foot floored on the gas pedal 7 days a week, period. Question of the day. Let's shift gears. Question of the day. Whoever answers first and correctly wins Apple AirPods, and I have an Amazon gift card and a prospecting book with your name on it, but you got to answer first and correctly. The question is, get your little fingers on the keyboard. Question is, the Legacy Armor platform, okay, that we rolled out a couple of years back, has a new name now, new brand, new updates. That's the online safe deposit box, the secure vault, if you will. What is the new name of the Legacy Armor Vault? Tell me the new name. It's on Insure Me Now Direct and our website. Tell me the name, and you're the winner. Andrew's going to see whoever answered first and correctly and tell us who that is. Andrew? Do we have a winner?
Correct answer. Yes, we do. It is JS. JS.
JS, like Sam. The answer was Ironclad. That's the new name for Legacy Armor. In fact, we did a webinar on that a few weeks back. We'll also include in that thank you email you'll have in your inbox before the day is up. Have a wonderful rest of the day. A great weekend, great selling. Thank you again for taking the time, and any questions, please feel free to reach out anytime. Okay, we're here for you. Take care, and thank you again.